We have a plan. Let's conquer the galaxy in a way befitting of a pacifist. Welcome and welcome back to Stellaris. You can hear the whispers of the Cradle of Souls embracing the entire capital of the shards of the Crystal Empire. Were the whispers always there? Or perhaps are we only just now realizing they are there? How exciting. When we last left off, we were trying to decide how to best advance our empire. We started with discovery, advanced to unyielding in order to hold our position and make sure that other empires could not overthrow us. Bringing harmony and mercantilism into our empire, discovering the true psionics, and domesticating the crystals to become part of the military fleets. It is now time for us to choose our last traditional path. And after much research, thinking, and deliberation, supremacy is for the future of this galaxy, belongs to those who are strong enough to seize it. But even with this focus, that is not what this empire is able to accomplish. No. Perhaps it is time for us to focus on subterfuge, to instill discourse among the other empires. But unfortunately, they are well-knit and strong. And while they are cuddling together amongst a single federation, there's nothing we can do in order to break it. However, perhaps it is time that someone finds that federation and is able to bring everyone together into an understanding of who the true problem in this entire galaxy is. Perhaps it is time for diplomacy. I don't think diplomacy is actually the correct one. Oh yeah, it is diplomacy. In order for us to acquire favors, unless I can get favors, gain one, whatever resolution that you supported passes, gain a favor on the empire that proposed it. Because I want as many favors as possible. Nope. We won't be able to gain favors through that. But we have 1 billion envoys. So rushing for eminent diplomats. Envoys improving relations have a small chance each month of acquiring a favor. This is the way to win. Every 10 years, we are guaranteed, well, more or less, some favors. And in order for us to get the entire galaxy to fight against who I would like for them to go against, we need those favors. Now, I do have other things that we could do. So, if we look under espionage, we can also extort favors. But I would like to improve relations here. Who else is really, really powerful in this galaxy? Improve relations. We can also improve relations. And then, of course, improve relations. We're going to try to get as many favors as possible. So we're going to be extorting the favors, and we're also going to be improving them as much as we possibly can. Now, it doesn't make as much sense to be doing that immediately, but we are going to be trying to rush our unity to pick up diplomatic networking. That'll get us more unity and allow us to advance further. And then rush for eminent diplomats. So that way we can get those favors. After that, everything else is kind of less. But we also get more diplomatic weight. So, at the end, it still will matter. In the meantime, we are in the process of fortifying our own borders. The entire galaxy is still at war in the War of Haven. And what's really scary is the Abusian Restorers are absolutely overwhelming, and they're actually starting to, in a way, win this war. That is not something I would hope to see. We have to be ready to fight against 2 million fleet power. They've got 1,500 over here. The Techran Multiplex, they are currently losing. We're going to switch this at least to slow speed.
Construction complete.
We need 2 more months. Unspent trait points. So it wants me to uplift these pre-sapients in our empire. We're not going to be doing that. Fleet is in transit. Oh, and we are still fixing our economy.
Construction complete. Spaceborne life form encountered.
Sell 100. That actually does nothing for us now. Start fixing everything. Ooh, we almost went bankrupt, but luckily everything is slowly coming together. Check all of our spaceports. Ooh, and research complete. Quantum field manipulation! That's gonna drastically improve everything. And I think we're going to go ahead and pick up the advanced shields. Ooh, and more food here in just a moment as well. That is another thing that we're wanting to do, is just pump out as much technology as possible. Stationary apocalypse. Scientists report that much of the space station is constructed from everyday stationary objects, barely holding it together. Deeper into the structure, the materials transition from metal alloys to plastics and other substances. Inside the heart of the construct, we find a machine, still in the process of efficiently deconstructing organic material and shaping it to the very items encountered so far. After running a DNA simulation module, our scientists have been forced to conclude the material likely came from the former inhabitants of this outpost. One other thing I do want to be considering is, what am I going to be running for fleets? Because as much as I want the space fauna to, still do stuff. Ooh. Oh, it's set to auto upgrade. Whoops. There we go. Save. What about this one? Should I? Oh, they're set to swarm. Why? There's no reason for them to be set to swarm. Will stay at long range, firing its longest range weapons at the target. And it's only these guys that I actually want to swarm. Oh, and we can actually upgrade these now, right? Yes! Alright, boom, boom. And I only need one in order to reach maximum evasion. Isn't it beautiful? So, I don't know if the Faisal cores mean anything here. I can try? I don't think it would do anything, though, right? But what about camouflage? Let's give these guys cloaking? Maybe not. Ooh. Catalytic bladder. I think that'll work just fine. Like, unless I go through the extra effort. Yeah. Alrighty. That is exactly what I want to see. But what really would be the best way for me to be using these ships? 84% devastation. Given the failure of any one group to seize control over Sutra 3, the planet has descended into chaos. Local warlords vie for power, and increasingly radical social movements spring up overnight. As the planet continues through the greatest upheaval in its history, peace remains a distant dream. Providing this will increase the chance of successful outcome by a significant percentage.
Technology research.
I really want them to not die.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
That'd be great. I really don't like any of these. We're gonna get that and re-roll it in 2 months.
Construction complete.
End of the Sidomithian Commonwealth. Not good. Trade hub. Let's get ourselves more trade. Another hydroponics bay. Yep. It's a lot of crystalline entities. The garden. There is something lurking among the leaves. As we assumed a surreptitious position to study the... Oops, pause. The chamber, a strange creature soon emerged from the foliage. We first spotted it crawling among the thorns with delicate precision, using its hundreds of limbs. A soft, shrill sound shot forth from several of the membranes, coating the segments of its body as it tended to the fruit it found in every plant, cultivating them. We have been observing it for some time now, and believe further study would warrant valuable research opportunities. On the other hand, we predict it would be quite vulnerable if we exposed to intense flame, as most of the other life here tends to be. It may be best to exterminate it while we have the opportunity. Now we must continue the studies. Ooh, climate restoration. And then a planet-sized bubble. The short jump seems to have worked. We have appeared near the surface. After breaking through, we have discovered that we were in fact inside a planet-sized bubble in the vacuum of space. Our previous speeds were not enough to break through its gravitational forces. Interesting. Uh-oh. I need more. I want to purchase those. Can you assist us with our collection? Goodbye.
Ships upgraded. Construction complete.
Station. Space Citadel level 2. Orbital ring tier 2. Oh, but that costs... Oh, well, we have a lot of influence. What granted us more? Was it our unity that we picked up with diplomacy? Unlocks edict, diplomatic grants. Also unlocks agenda, build relations. Diplomatic influence cost. Agreement influence upkeep is drastically reduced. Okay. So that's good. We're going to build that starbase. Ooh, creates an astral rift. Yeah, that'll be nice. Several of our tracking stations have picked up peculiar subspace echoes coming from somewhere in intergalactic space. The echoes are faint, but getting closer, getting stronger, and they seem to be approaching our galaxy. A storm is on the horizon. Uh-oh. It is going to be one of multiple things. Yeah, those are all fine. Colonizing there.
Spaceborne life form encountered. Construction complete.
I do still need more influence. Oh, goodness. We have so much more food.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
350. We can actually cancel the minerals. Buy less. Subnautical. The space around us looks as if a star-sized bottle of liquid exploded in low gravity. Planetoid-sized bubbles of crystalline liquid floating all around us. There is a nearby star which we were weakly orbiting. It looks old, dark, and cold. There is something else. It is not a star, but just as big. It is constructed of massive interconnected fragments, like a three-dimensional puzzle on a gigantic scale. Scans determine it would be composed of various precious metals and minerals that are nearly identical to that of what is inside of the star it orbits. It is likely one formed from the other, or from a common source. On closer inspection, the pieces are slowly moving and shifting. Occasionally, a large bubble of new liquid pours out from its architecture. If it is alive, it has not seemed to notice us. Ooh. Tried to communicate. Rabble, 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 rabble. Rabble, rabble. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, ma'am.
Construction complete.
It's only 4 ships, and that's as strong as my entire fleet. They're trying to fight back over here. Four ships versus 30. We have detected high concentrations of psionic energy in the Trisena system. Listening to echoes within the Shroud, our telepaths report that this phenomenon was caused by the psychic activities of Tectron multiplexes. It would appear that this empire has developed methods to channel a psionic aura, which emanates from the Shroud and influences matter and consciousness in an observational reality. Our observations demonstrate that these auras can spread between star systems. Given our favorable relations with the Tecron multiplex, we expect its effects within our territory to be positive, as long as our relations with the emitter remain unchanged. Oh, gosh. Absolutely shredded. The garden. We have been stealthily observing the creature as it goes about its duties in this secluded garden. It is uncertain how long we can remain here undetected. Each segment of the creature contains a pair of the antennae. These assist it in detecting and removing pests from the minute hairs of the fruit it cultivates. The anatomical structure of these has furthered our understanding of what biological organisms are capable of. Ooh, nice. So the research went well. And the New World Order is about to complete. Devastation's at 79%. It might just barely live. After a stunning display of strategy, Sharman has crushed the planet's resistance. Aww. Sleeper agents in the rebel ranks precipitated a coordinated and planet-wide attack. Before the rebel generals knew what was happening, their positions were overwhelmed. Shutra 3 is now a unified world. Fanatic authoritarian. Which is not terrible. But I'm just glad that they're still alive. Because they easily could have wiped themselves out of existence. Which I was actually really nervous of. Build a hyper relay there. I do want these two systems, so I need my fleet to make its way over to this system. So we can collect everything just fine. How are all of our planets doing? 150. What am I going to do for this world? Probably just build ourselves another city district. Immortal. I almost want to switch to a world to improve the population as much as possible. This mining world got more than enough space. Socialite.
Construction complete.
Council agenda ready.
I think I'm just going to go ahead and add a commercial zone here. Mind over matter. Kasikame. Plonk. Plonk is title locked. So we're going to go ahead and build another generator district. Astral actions. I need jump drives, side jump drives, or subspace drives. I could also summon a dimensional fleet here in the nearby future. Polariposi, Loch Ness, Wei Zhen, Teleprone.
Technology researched.
Ravager's Creek. I would like to produce the Hollow Museum of Geology here. I don't need to spend 6 years to improve my leader lifespan. We're going to go ahead and get global defense grids. Just to get more tech points as quickly as possible. All pops produce exotic gases. gas extraction wells. We're going to go ahead and build that. Ooh, advanced shields. Don't want the shield capacitor. That sounds really good. Just to pick up at least. Available envoys improved? You know what? Yes. And improve the operation speed.
Construction complete.